I thought I'd do a video about prepping. Now, some people prep for like a red dawn type scenario, or polar shift, solar flare, zombie apocalypse, an alien invasion. Although I personally believe it's more likely that I get attacked by a shark and struck by lightning at the same time than some of these scenarios. As the dollar loses value, the guy that prepped for the alien invasion is better off than the guy that did nothing. No matter what you prep for, it basically comes down to the same thing: being prepared for an emergency. If you live near the coast, you probably have plywood somewhere to cover the windows during a hurricane. It just makes sense. Probably have water stored up, just water be contaminated, and know you need drinking water. Now there's some people that want this to happen. They'd like it. There's nothing cool about being cold and hungry, bathing in cold creek water, the girlfriend or the boyfriend, whatever, without soap and razors, people dying over a small cut that got infected. For those of you that think this is cool, just go out to the middle of nowhere and try it for a month without coming for food, batteries, or any kind of supplies. I bet you'll change your mind in 30 days. Now, personally, I see a couple things that you should be prepared for that are more likely, to me, an economic collapse. This seems to be inevitable. It happened in Rome, Germany, USSR, Argentina, Zimbabwe. This has happened over 130 times. It's not like the zombie apocalypse. This has happened before. California is bankrupt. Greece and countries all over the world are going through hard times. Superpowers have fallen before. I see that as the most likely and coming quickly. The second would probably be natural disasters. It happens all the time. There's tsunamis, earthquakes, hurricanes. The nuclear tsunami earthquake disaster in Japan, I mean, all at once. Natural disasters happen. Big snowstorms, earthquakes will take out roads and railways that would bring help and supplies. You should probably have something aside for that reason. And probably some sort of pandemic outbreak. It's happened before. Black plague, Spanish flu, smallpox. I mean, this last strain of H1N1 was basically the Spanish flu. Not that big of a deal. Most of us have the antibodies passed down from our grandparents, so I wasn't worried about that. But that's why I'm just guessing, but I assume that's why in Mexico and other countries less developed, it seemed to be more deadly. It was way more rural. Not that many people got infected. They weren't exposed to the original virus, so therefore their descendants didn't give them the antibodies. But H1N1 is the bad one for us. I remember seeing it in the news talking 5 years ago. They believed the virus had mutated and maybe have gone airborne, and they never aired it again. The story just gone. Who knows what happens? I don't see that as the most serious threat, but who knows? Whether widespread or isolated in a small area, what would you do if something happened and you weren't expecting it, just like the others were in the past? When the villagers panic and bring out the pitchforks, burn down homes and buildings, What about street gangs? What would happen there? Probably looting homes and businesses, and raping and killing people, and who knows what. It's not like it could never happen. Although, if people were in a real crisis, it might. I've noticed that a lot of these preppers are out in the country. They've got land. They've got more resources than most of us. And that's why I thought I would do this. Most of us live in cities and don't have the money to just, or maybe these people just are smart with their money, but I still believe most have more than we have to spend, especially the younger generation. That's where I want to put the focus. For those of us who live in cities or more populated areas, don't have all this land to clear out, don't have all this room to store stuff. It'll be basically common sense ideas. Where to put stuff, limited space, firearms that I think you'd need. And if I do have firearms, I'm not going to check every single one and this and that. I only have one gun loaded in here. I know which one it is. The rest, I break apart and clean. If you don't like it, don't watch this channel. It's that simple. If you don't like my ideas or my suggestions, don't watch. It's just for problems that I see coming. And I want people that are looking for ideas on what to do, see what's coming and want to do something about it and prepare themselves. It's a different view, one that I believe is being overlooked.